evening, and welcome to Psychic the Budgets, or Psychic the Plans Budget Edition. We're still working this out on this series, but it's going to be fun. Let's get April set up. We're in a different place than we were in March, which is great. So March, we've done a lot of what I call execution style things, meaning this is going to be different. It's going to be smaller. We've done better.
Yes.
Yes.
We did.
Yeah, we check out a lot of stuff. And I've got to grab a planner because I want to check in and see what we're doing with my kitty funds. So let me unstuff those and see where we're at in kitty funds. And then we'll get into figuring out how much we've got to create this month.
Oh, good deal.
All right, so everyone's seeing cash envelopes. I'm using them for savings accounts that we don't touch. First one is an emergency fund, and we've got $40 in our emergency fund. So if something as big as 40 bucks, that's a good savings for this month.
Awesome.
That's basically $1 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then our vacation fund, we have 45. Yay.
Yay.
Yep, so those are going to live there. And we aren't touching them unless we absolutely have to. And absolutely is absolutely. There's no other way of getting around it.
Yes.
Other things we are doing is couponing. We do have couponing does save you money. So we do some heavy couponing. Our average savings was what, 19% this month?
Believe so.
Yeah.
It was right around that.
Yeah. And we're stocked, so we're not going to have as much grocery expenses as last month.
Well, I know it was really nice when I went and filled up the gas tank with a 70-cent discount from Kroger.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
Gas for $2.79 or $2.74.
Yeah.
It was in the 270s. I was
so
like,
did we
yes.
pay $2 or we paid $2.79. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we get to look at new territory. We're going to look at the new snowball budget, or snowball list. And I'm going to date this for April 1st because that's when we're filming it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first up is on our attack list is the Premier card. This is our main credit card. We owe. Sorry, guys. I've got everything pulled out over here. And not everybody sends you paper slips. We messed up last month.
Well, wasn't the worst mess up. We had payments that weren't recorded, not payments that needed to be made.
Right.
So
you're right. And we were able to cover them with minor hiccups. Not that much minor hiccups, but minor hiccups. So our credit card is down. And then can I easily get into this because I forgot to open this tab.
Oh no.
Hey guys, you guys gonna see my keyboard. I know everyone hates it.
We're just seeing the top of it.
Yeah. And you're wondering why we're doing this before we actually look at the bills. I'm quite sure you're wondering that. It's because you need to know where your debt is. So that you can set your attack goals before you even look at your overall bills. Because if you don't, then you're going to get aggravated. And you're going to be like, but I didn't have this, but. And it's like, no, you can make financial decisions and like, this is going to be very much like, oh, I don't do that. Or bad advice. No. Good advice if you can look and go, oh, if I make 2 payments here and I'll wait a week for the power bill, which is fine, they want 10 days, then I can kill this bill completely.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Um, our phones, one of the plans, add a new service. And we went through some things this month with companies.
We did. So I will say I know there's at least $20 off the cable bill.
There
Slash.
is.
They at least had appreciation for the struggle that it has been.
Yep.
So, yay for $20 there.
Yeah. We're paying the amount due on. Okay, and then our next attacks. Yeah, okay. So that's interesting. Our next attacks are actually our phones.
Ah.
And we did take out a phone last month.
We did.
Yeah. All right. So there's those. And then we have the mana account. And that is 619. 37. And then the washer and dryer. Is at 130. 103. There are those. Alright, let's look back at what we had on our snowball list. I pulled that. I thought I did. Yeah. And then car. Is down $2,250. Yay.
Hooray.
I figured it up. If we do the 590, we could pay this off in four months, but we will see where we are with that. I'm not committing to that payment. Okay. And we have Discover coming in after the car. That's weird, but we structured it. We're going to refi on it. And sometimes you need to talk to your credit card companies and see if you can refi them.
Yep.
And that dropped dramatically. And then we're still estimating 7,000 for the sold.
Yep.
So as of April 1st, how much in debt are we, dear?
I'm doing the finishing calculation on that now. That total is 15,804 and 5 cents.
Oh, there's got to be a 5 cents in there. So
Somewhere.
Yeah. And I'm going to see if I can find the original. Did we start this the first of last month? I don't think we did we? No.
No.
So from the 18th, when we were at $19,487, we're down to $15,804. Cool. We took out $4,000.
19,487.
Yep.
$3,682.95.
Right. And that's not the original.
No.
Close. Yeah. Like we didn't make much movement there. We took out the iPad. Yeah, so we snowballed the iPad. We brought all the rest of them down a good bit.
Yeah, I'll know. We did a lot of things.
Yeah, we got a lot of things. We had a lot of movement. We closed the business. We finished one business account, which is great. We refinanced another, which was impressive. And this is why you've got to know where your money is, know where your bills are, know what you can do quickly, especially in our industries where we are gig workers. Joe may be able to wipe this out with 2 corporate deals.
Potentially.
Yeah.
They'd have to be really good, and I doubt they would be in the same month because I think that may work me to death. But hey, depending upon what it is.
Hey, depending on what it is. Yeah. All right. So there's that. That's our snowball. We're going to attack them in order. So our battle plan is this, guys, in case you aren't clear how you do this. Snowball list, you take the top of things out. So, first I'm going to, the first bit of extra money I get, I'm going to take to the Premier while paying the minimums on the rest. And you just start hitting them as you can. And you're rolling that money forward.
Mm-hmm.
So that when all this is done, we're going to have a bank account in another bank that will have $7,000 in it. And that'll be the start of the rebuild of the soul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So that's the plan for that. All right. So now we got to move into the bills. Now this is where, and I had to sit here and think, how do I want to do this? This budget is going to be just the budget for the house. All the business bills will go into a different budget.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So first up, we have taxes. Gotta love our taxes. They take care of so much that we don't use. So there's that. That comes out this month. And then utilities. The first one we're attacking is AEP.
For those of you not in our area, that's Appalachian Electric Power.
Yep. That's 261.41.
Nice. I know for some of y'all that may sound like a high power bill, but considering that, we're all electric or mostly electric through the winter, that's just that's cute.
That's a summer bill, actually.
Pretty much.
Water is 267.74.
67.74.
Mm-hmm. Water usage, we're using $1.63 a day. Billing history. Huh. That makes no earthly sense on this planet to
We
me.
added the washer and dryer and pretty much have the water bill.
We did. My account overview, account details. We literally dropped the water bill in half looking at the past 36 months. We added the washer and dryer and went to and dropped the amount of water we're using. Explain that one to me.
I have nothing on that one. Like, I have no clue. I don't know what.
And the rating.
Like and the rate increase.
Yeah.
Like, I've never understood the water bill here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just has
Boggles
never
my
made
mind.
sense. Yeah.
All right. Now I know I have a fussy bill in here from sewer company because, of course, they cannot go online. I don't know. There's a problem with them being in the 1900s.
Well, they do live there, yes.
It's actually down also.
Ooh, and was that one 49.87?
49.57.
Ah.
Trash is 25.60.
25.60.
Yep.
Cool.
And let's guess what Optimum is. That's the one bill that has updated in the world. It is 89. $27 for their shoddy service. AT&T is $309. So it went down because we took out Mother's phone.
Mm-hmm.
40. And then we got our highlighter. This one's already paid. So goodbye. But we will include it in our budget calculations because you need to know that even though you paid it,
That's where your money went this month.
that's where your money
All right,
went.
and that was 309.34.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's all the utilities. So how much does it cost to live here?
1 second while I finish calculating. $990.81.
$900.
$90.81.
81 cents. Awesome. Did you include the taxes or was that just the utilities?
No, that included the taxes. You want me to take out the utilities?
I want you to take out the taxes.
That's what I meant to say. Okay, that number is 802.93.
Okay. I wish I could find a decent erasable pen. We haven't found that yet. So we'll just scribble. It's your budget. You can scribble. What was that number?
It was 802.93.
93. Okay. And there's a reason for that, and it's because there's that goes into housing is the ring payment, and that goes up into housing. All right. All right. Transportation is insurance. This is West Virginia. The insurance is crazy. It's $139.39. Car payment. If we just make the basic, is $290. So that's all our transportation.
Okay. 1 second, I'll get that calculated. $429.99.
Okay. Medical. We basically have pharmacy. And that ran us $87 last month. Okay. So, go to this sheet. So, we kind of misbudgeted for our food. We were spending $300 last month per week.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to add that in here for 4 weeks.
$1,200.
Yeah. Will we spend the whole $1,200? Most likely not. We did last month because we restocked.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some really good deals and stuff. It was like we spent approximately that much.
Right.
But the things that we got had a much higher value and they're going to last beyond that.
Right. Like
So
coffee.
realistically,
Yeah.
if you took out all the extras, we were well under that.
Yeah. But we're going to budget for it anyhow. This is where money goes into Snowball or Cookie Fun or whatever fun you want to put it in. And then we've got our personal, which is my gym. And that is $49.90. And then we have show is $125. Aeson is $125. Any other? No.
Well, do we need to budget for Second Life under personal?
We do, and let's set that at kind of high.
Oh Lord.
Let's set it at like 50.
Okay. I was afraid you were going to set it really high.
No. For those who aren't familiar, we both play Second Life. We own 2 homes in Second Life. Well, we rent 2 homes in Second Life, and I go to a lot of parties in Second Life. So $50 a month isn't bad for Second Life. And considering
not
what
really.
a video game a month costs, we're actually under the fee on that one.
Well, and for 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that totals $349.90.
Okay. And it just hit the account, so I can see how much it is. You know, I wish things would be called what they are.
As in, you're working within this thing, and then when it posts a transaction to your account, it calls it something totally different.
Yeah. Can you see what we're paying for Prime? Because we have a few Prime orders. No, I can't see what it is.
Okay. 1 second. Let's see. And I'm logged in personal because I also have a Amazon. Oh, no, I'm just not logged in. There we go. That's annoying. What? That's so weird. There we go. All right, so Prime membership, I think, is what it's under. Because it's one of $14.99 per month.
Okay. And we currently have no other streaming services because we have HBO Max actually included in our cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be until the end of the contract, which is great. And we don't, right now, technically, we redo our plans on our phones. We don't see a reason for it. All right, so you get to this other category as other. That is where we're going to put our business bills, but it needs to have its own sheet. So we will flip over to this tab. Do the bill payment checklist. All right. Hallstead, we're forgetting 2 bills that go into the other that aren't business. Let's get those first.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Well, and those were automatic payments.
They'll get you every time.
Yes, they will, guys. Really, really important. Pay attention to your automatic payments. And that is $8 for ring. It goes in housing. And then our tracker, which I am going to put into personal. And that is $3.20. And yep, we just messed that up. We will scribble and go on.
Okay, so that updates the personal category. Sorry, I'm doing the math real quick. To $353.10.
All right, so we will just go over here and write 353.10. All right, and the ring, the housing
goes to $195.88.
88. All right.
Hey, at least they were easy numbers to add.
Yeah, I know.
Like sometimes that $14.99 kind of thing is just like, oh, come on, man.
Like we will just give you another penny.
Really?
All right, so we have Adobe. And it is 42.79. We're looking at, honey, add these following numbers for me.
Oh, 1 second. Let me get the calculator. All right, yes, dear.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. 90
Okay.
plus 214
Okay.
plus 214
Okay.
plus 320
Okay.
plus 599.
Okay. Just to verify, that was $90.
Mm-hmm.
$214 or $2.14.
$2.14.
Okay. And $3.20
Yes.
plus $5.99.
Right. Plus two. You got $2. 2 sets of 214.
Yes.
Okay.
I was just making sure I wasn't because I originally had them as $214, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, I know what those numbers are.
Right.
103.47.
3.47. Okay. Then we have our StreamYard. $49. And then we have Google, which is $3.20. I have Microsoft, and that is 1069 and 1069. And then we have our Zoom, and that is 34.22. And then we have our Audacity, and that is 26.75. Okay.
All right. So we're doing the 42.79 plus 103.47 plus 49 plus 320 plus 1069 plus 1069 plus 34.22 plus 26.75.
Right.
I about had a heart attack.
Okay.
I missed a decimal point.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God, if that's our business expenses, we're dead.
Okay.
So anyway, it's $280.81.
Right. And that's not counting advertising.
Right. Sorry, I was just looking at it as I went through this, and I was that missed decimal point made it like $1,000 some odd dollars.
Okay. How
And
much
I was
was
like,
that again?
$280.81.
All right. And we're going to put a slush fund.
Okay.
Of, I don't know, how much are we dropping?
Are we dropping in slushies?
Well, that's what I'm checking.
Try not to do too bad.
$300 is what it looks like we're spending averagely in slushies.
And is that per week or per month?
Per month.
Okay. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's unaccounted expenses. That is, I need a mouse. I need a keyboard. Just go buy me this.
Yeah. I need a thing.
I need a thing. All right. So let's add it up.
Alrighty. And so 300 plus 280.81 plus. And is that just the business, or you want all of it?
All of it. Let's figure out what our minimum total is.
Okay. Plus 14.99 plus 349.9. Oh, excuse me, 353.10 plus 1,200 plus 87 medical plus 429.99 for transportation, plus the 802.93 for the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, excuse me, for utilities.
Right.
And then the house at 195.88.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a magical total of $3,664.70.
All right. So this is the number we're going to work off of. So our green goals total is how much?
Is 3,664.70.
64.70 cents. All right. So take that number and we divide that number 3,664.70. Divide that number by 30. 121, 122.15 is our green goal. Meaning, if it's a bare minimum day, that's all I've got to make.
Okay.
All right, so our silver goal, which is our goal to get us a month ahead, means that this amount, and you divide that by 0.5, 122.15 plus 122.15 is $244.30. So that's our silver and our platinum. Takes a little bit of math because you're going to take your expenses for the month, 70, and you're going to times that by 1.5, and that gives you a total of 5,000 or 7.05. You divide that by 30, and then you add in your minimum base for the day. So the platinum goal is $290 to be getting your platinum. And with that, that is not only your expenses for that day, but your expenses for the next month and 50% into your savings.
Okay.
Does that make sense? None of these numbers are really reasonable. They've been higher.
They have.
Yeah. So these are your goals for the month financially. All right. So, and that is looking at the monthly calendar. if you work every day in the month. Now, let's say you've got plans to take off 2 days. Then all these numbers change because you no longer have 30 days to earn money. You have 28 days to earn money. In the month of April, I don't have any days planned off. Now, in May, I do, so that'll change that because we're going to an event. Well, yes, I'll be making money there. I'm not technically working, so that will change in May. And there'll be additional expenses.
Yes.
So anyhow.
Well, yeah.
So there is our monthly goals. We have our bills. We have our snowball budget. Am I forgetting anything, Joe?
The only thing I saw, and please don't kill me.
Okay.
I was curious because it was as we were doing the totals, I happened to think about it. Did we need to include our monthly gas budget?
That's in the food budget.
Okay.
That's food, gas, cigarettes.
Yes.
All that together is about $300 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I just made it easy and just made it food because otherwise you've got 6 different categories there.
True. All right. Gotcha.
And, but yeah, this is like operational weekly expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Jess. So why don't you do some reflection about how this month has gone?
Well, this month has definitely gone a lot easier. We're definitely, of course, seeing movement on major expenses, but we're also starting to be, I don't want to say we're free with money. Like that's not really what I mean to say, but like that starting to feel like our money is not so, oh my God, we've got to get money in the bank to cover this, to cover that, to cover this other thing.
Mm-hmm.
And more, we have money, we can do some things.
Right.
And so there's not that constant stress and pressure. It doesn't have that pressure cookery feeling.
Right.
So that's always a good thing.
Okay.
Always a good thing.
What was your takeaways this month? This month has really been the first month in a long while that you've been, we've dealt with everything, setting down each week to do it.
Right. I am liking that we're doing that again. Like I do have an appreciation for that. I know it kind of reduces my stress level when I have an idea of like, okay, what are we spending this week?
Right.
Instead of like, and I especially like that we're tracking that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is one of those things that can greatly change what the bank balance means.
Yes.
Because sometimes I look at it, well, because again, where he gets paid daily.
Mm-hmm.
And then like on Thursdays we get the big hit.
Right.
Sometimes you can just look at that balance and go, oh, we're really good right now.
Right.
And it, so like, you get up on a Thursday morning, you look at the balance and, oh, we're really good right now. And then you realize that, oh, not that great. Because like we have this coming out and that coming out and this other thing coming out. And like, it's that week.
Right.
Or no, really, we're like, okay, we need to figure out which bills we're attacking.
Right.
Like what we knocking down or what we going to do today. Am I getting sushi today? Because I want sushi today.
Yeah, which I think we may need to do an attack video sometime this month, guys. We will either record on Thursday or we will sit down and talk it out on camera what we're attacking and how we're attacking it.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Because we do have a bit of discussion there.
Yeah, because we have different views on it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting here going, yeah, we do. We always gotta go, okay, which one makes the most sense?
Right. And, that is being really engrossed in your bills, very engrossed into your things. And then looking at piddly crap that's driving your account crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because as advisors or gig workers, you're going to have bills that drive your account crazy. Like I think my bank could handle a bill of $600 better than it can handle 15 bills of $3.20.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and yeah, our bank especially hates multiple transactions back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
Right.
Like it'll get real ticked if we screw up ordering on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like if all those bill independently. Like if you order 15 items on Amazon with our account and there's that moment where it decides that it's going to bill it as 15 separate transactions.
Right.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Our bank account has a heart attack.
Right.
Because we found that out.
We stopped doing the subscribe and save because it pissed our
Subscribe
bank
and
off
save
every time.
Yeah. Every month.
Every month. Now, once we get the Premiere took care of and we open up the next account, we will use one of those for subscribe and save and just put a lot of the repetitive buy crap on subscribe and save and be done with it.
Yeah. Because that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
To just have those items appear. And just, I don't have to worry about reordering it. We know we use about one a month.
Right.
And
it saves on the piddly stops to Walmart.
Oh, crap.
What?
Business expense that we talked about, but we haven't done yet.
Okay.
Talking about subscribe and save. Printer ink.
Right, the HP stuff. That is something that will go on to next month.
Okay. We'll set that up for May.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, y'all. You guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment what you found interesting in the video below, and if your spouse can actually sit down and do the budget with you. That's one thing that we're doing different, is because it used to be all in my brain, and now it's all on paper. So with that, I want to take a moment and thank our baristas, because they make these shows and videos possible.
Yes, so of course we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Dottie the Psychic, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, and how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all of our wonderful barista benefits, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week for Psychic the Plan's Budget Edition. Bye.
Bye.